Hello, it's Nancy welcoming you to Garden Scroll. Today is March the 20th, the first day of spring, and we've got a lot of the garden cleaned out. I wish I could report that we've got it all cleaned out, but we are not anywhere near all cleaned out. Look at this beautiful yellow daffodil. Isn't that gorgeous? I did order a hydrangea. This is a lace cap hydrangea in white, and you can see when it first came it didn't have any little green. It looked like they might been gonna put on some green there, and sure enough they have, and they're actually in the process of unfurling their little leaves. So hopefully one day this will fill up this whole area right here and just be gorgeous. So I can report that we've had the front cleaned out for several days now, and it did get cool a few of those days, and so we've actually had a bit of a break from the real hard physical part. And oh my, look at these iris. After the rains they just shot up. And then I think this was already just up a little bit, but you can tell the sedum is up even more also. I did some visiting yesterday, and because my peonies are up pretty well now, I dug up some of this one and of one other one and put them on my niece's grave site. And I've been trying to get one established there for several years now and put several there, but I'm still hoping and believing that one of these days they're going to take off. And right now I have hope that this might be the time, because they just looked so good, and I hope they'll continue on to look good and do well there. I put this little ice plant in a pot with some cactus soil, but I didn't realize I didn't have very much cactus soil, so I put the cactus soil on the top and just some regular soil with perlite in the bottom. And then my poor little cactus with that below freezing temperatures, I don't know if they're going to make it. I'm going to leave them there for a while longer still. If there's life in there, we're going to hold on to it. Well, this certainly was not my amaryllis or amaryllis, but it's some pretty little, I think these are called summer daffodils. I hope we still have our amaryllis or amaryllis, because we had those cold days that we're not used to, and they're not used to here in Oklahoma, even though we know that it's always a possibility, but we haven't been having that cold that long. But I'm not seeing really any signs of my amaryllises right now. But oh wait, you know what, I think that's them right there. That's possibly them right there, so that'd be great. I hope they keep coming back for me. They were looking really good. And I got that cleaned out pretty far. I did not get it all the way to the end, but I did get well, actually to right here, to this little crepe myrtle tree. This is a red crepe myrtle tree. When it blooms in the in the middle of the summer, around the 4th of July, they'll really be in bloom and looking great. But as you can see, I just got this far, and there's weeds and henbit and grass. I've got to get that out. Hopefully I'll get some of that out today, although I'm not going to do a whole lot today, because, or that's the plan. Sometimes when I get started I can't seem to get stopped, and when I get stopped I can't seem to get started. But I thought this one might not make it, but honestly I think there's some life coming there too. I hope there is. I hope it will come out of it and look great. And then my husband got all the big stuff out of here, but again, this will take some time, because I'll have to get in here and get out stuff like this right here. This is some henbit, and that is a plant in there with it, so I'll have to take some time and be careful with it. Oh, look at this peony coming up here. It looks nice and healthy. It's really came up. I'll have to go look at my back fence row and see how they're doing, because they were just beginning to poke their little heads up before the rain. But things are getting so big and green and filling out, which is great. But I'm hoping to get some of my old hoses up. They're just not working for me. And get some new ones laid down, or some different ones laid down. I'm actually thinking about maybe just taking some of my old hoses and poking holes in them and see if that would work to use as like a soaker hose, because the normal soaker hoses, you can tell right here, I need to get this mess out of here, but the normal soaker hoses just clog up too soon. Look at this. There's a big sprig of one of my clematis coming up. I knew they would once they got a chance, because they just love to jump in there early in the spring and get going. They love the cooler weather. And I do have some more. Here's another daffodil bloom. And we got some of it cleaned up around it, but yes, there's still weeds and things in there I need to get. I'm seeing there's another clematis coming up right here. I don't see that it's coming up the trellis yet, and it may have to start from the bottom up. It looks like it may. I'm not seeing any of it that's got any green up the trellis, but there's still so much to do. I wish it were cleaned out, but you know, you can't get it done by wishing it done. If you could, this would have been cleaned out a long time ago. Oh my goodness, this poor little one got knocked around by the wind. Something terrible. I'll have to come out and see what I can do to put her back, put her little head back on there. I see things got blown around. There's one of my pillows. I thought I would look here. These are not, I'm sure I lost 2 or 3 pennies right here. Looks like 3 at least. That you can tell that they are coming up. Can you see the little red? They were just little nubbins, and now they're beginning to put on a little top that will unfurl and become a beautiful peony. And the daylilies are really coming right on up there too. Some of these may actually need to be divided, which I doubt if I'll get around to that really, but we'll see. This little birdhouse lost its roof. I'll have to see if I can find that and get it put back on and put back on its little hole right here, because I liked it there. So I found its little roof right here, and I'm seeing where I missed some henbit, which I knew I would. There's some big, pretty good size in here that I missed. But I tried to pull up a sprig a while ago and it broke off, so I think I'm going to wait till I get my garden knife out here to try again. But it'll still be so much easier than it was when the whole thing was a mess conglomeration of larkspur and henbit and grass. And my husband took the branch off that was cracked and hanging down really low. So I'll need to find a different area for my little chandelier. And then also the owls came off again off of the limb. I glued them on. So I'll have to re-glue those. But we had some more pretty good winds, and that just happened. So we'll get that taken care of. And of course we did this little area, and we did the big stuff in this area here, but I will need to still go through that and get some of the, or at least check it out and see if I need to get some more grass and stuff out. But spring is, well, it's here today. And it's definitely, things are getting green, and I'm not going to have a whole lot more time left, and yet I still seem to be taking more and more time to get things done. Oh, I just noticed too, I had noticed when we were out here cleaning that lilac bush was bedded really well, like this little one right here. But now they're opening up and you can actually see where will be actual lilacs will be on it, and it won't be long. I see another thing that's tipped over here from our recent winds, and I'll need to get that up because I think I know I had this sitting on top of this, which is just totally laid over, but these little things that look like they're not hardly anything, I think these are Chinese dunce caps, and they actually will green back up from this state right here. I've had them to do it, so I need to get that put back up, watered in, and give it a chance. Whoa, look right here next to it. Look at this peony. Oh my goodness, is it ever coming along? It's a foot tall or more and got buds. That's exciting. And it's looking like that last freeze did get my chrysanthemums, but that won't be much of a, well, it won't be a problem really at all because I have chrysanthemums that I need to thin. I'll just put them in these and they'll get going again for this coming fall. Here are some more of the tall Lariflox that need to be thinned out. I can tell there's way too many there before there's a space where it can get good air circulation, which is what it needs. So I may see if I can get some of that out of there too before too long. So grateful that this little pot of dianthus made it for me. It's still looking green, and I had just glued this back on, but the wind took it right back down. But I'll glue it back on again once that Gorilla Glue gets dried good with it on there. It usually lasts a good while before I have to re-glue it again. And I think this little peony is a tree peony, because if you come right on up, that looks like a dead stalk. Over to this area, you see green. This is that big, pale pink one that looks like crepe paper when it blooms, like a big, huge crepe paper flower. And it won't be long till this will be just a little mound of yellow. And I see behind it there that I do have another peony coming up right here beside it, so that's great. I see that I have grass growing here. This part of it is a flower, but this part of it, of course, is just some grass that I need to get rid of and get out of there. We are coming into the area now where I have not got anything cleaned out. Still stalks and dead debris everywhere, just a mess. It would be wonderful if it was done, but I'm going to try to enjoy today a little bit. Oh look, this came back. This is that wormwood, and I think it's beautiful. I love this blue color, like the Dusty Miller color, and I like that this is short and just blends in beautifully and has that pretty, it's not really a filigree, but it's just a pretty leaf with lots of character to it. I see the little red nubbins of another peony here, and then all around it I see the greenery that needs to be thinned out again. This definitely needs thinning. If someone wants some tall Lariflox, I'll have some to give away, I'm sure. And there's another bag. I've got to get all the bags off except for the stuff that's on glass. I'm not sure I'm ready to take it up yet. Even though spring has actually sprung now, I'm still thinking that we could very easily have another, at least frost. This is that area I was telling you. Look at this chrysanthemum, and it's the kind of a mauve look. My friend Charlotte gave me my first start of this. It's so pretty. It is the kind that you buy at flower shops, but it's so hardy and comes back. She got hers from a flower shop that she sent to me, and it was beautiful, and I just love it that I get to keep it going. And I definitely want to trim some of this out too. It's just too big for this area, but I'll definitely put it in different areas or give it away because it's gorgeous. Oh, and look, I just now noticed that the weeping willow's got some, whatever these are, little catkins, I assume, which makes me wonder, well, does my pussy willow have? And yes, it does. I can see them from where I am, but here they are. Let me see if I can get one in good so that you can see it good. But yes, they're coming on. Looking great. It'll take, oh my, look up there. I thought it'll take a while for it to all be there, but I was looking at my height, that if you can look up there and see that their little catkins just all over it. Looks great. This is some more of that Chinese dunce cap, and it looks like it's just totally gone, and it may be because of the cold weather we had, but I promise you this looked like this last year and came right out of it and looked great. They look like tiny little hens and chicks that just kind of cluster and fall all over themselves and trail down on themselves, that then in the fall or late summer they get this little head on them with, I'm assuming that's some way for them to proliferate themselves. But I'm not sure if that's seed, if I should plant it or what, but I've got enough of it. If this will come back, and I think it will, we'll look at this again another day and see how that worked. And these were my gorgeous red sedum, which it looks terrible, but I don't know if you can see a little bit of red there or even green. So I'm thinking these will come out of it too. It may take them a while, but we'll give them a while. And these are the little magic lilies that put on their leaves in the springtime, and then this will just totally go away like a tulip bulb does, and then they'll put up a stalk without any foliage on it and have a pretty surprise lily at the top of that stalk. I should see if I can figure out something to put in between them while I can see them, and get something else going in this area too for the period of time when these are gone before they come back up on their stalk. I'm not sure though, because it need to be something that didn't have to be thinned out for sure. So I'll see if I decide to do anything there or just leave it. We'll figure that out. And I'm gonna show you this another daffodil, and then I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Oh wait, let me show you these daffodils too. These are the little miniature daffodils, but aren't they cute and so bright and cherry? And then I'm gonna zoom in on these a little bit too. These are some plants that I got at Janie's just a couple of days ago, and aren't they gorgeous? These are the big Kong, which have the bigger leaves, bigger foliage. And then I got a couple of hens and chicks, which I'm not doing good with hens and chicks either, but I think they just need probably some cactus soil. I may purchase some of that too. I've got some for house plants, but they may need a slightly different soil to be put in the ground, and I would like to do that, to put these in the ground, because they are a hardy plant. And then this is a licorice plant, which I just love that pale mint green color, and I don't do real well with those, but I usually do pretty good with them in those little coconut liner pots because they drain well too, and that evidently is what they like. So I'm guessing I better just stop talking about it and see what I can get done. But even as I say that, I see that there's another peony right here, and I'm going to go over there and look down inside it and see if it has a bud. So I'm not, yes, I am seeing one right here. That's a little bud there, if you can tell. It's got this little round right there by my thumb. So anyway, that's always so exciting to me to see a new bloom or a new bud and know that they're coming out. And I do not do well with this garden phlox, the carpet kind of phlox. It just dries out on me too much. But I would love to get it going here and hanging down over these railroad ties. That was the plan, the original plan, but I can't seem to get it going very well, but I will keep trying. But like I said, I'm going to have to go on in. Oh look, here's some tulips that are going to be blooming soon. But I have to go in, I have to tell you bye for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for coming on the Garden Scrolls with me. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.